On the last episode of GION, he had a session with some big shot producer. We found out he's working on a project to propose to a group of people, or something like that. He learned to do some vocal exercises. He doesn't like coffee, but he says he needs it. And apparently he's always in the studio working on the next song the day he's releasing a new song.
I've been really quiet lately. I think it's about a month. And the reason why is because 3 weeks ago, I decided to quit releasing music. And I felt like I owed it to just a community of people who've been following this journey. And this is kind of the reason why.
This was me on my way to Toronto, walking into what the music industry calls a showcasing. It's when an artist performs in front of industry executives to show whether or not they sound the same when recorded and to make sure they're able to perform their music live. And this was literally my first time playing in front of a crowd. And it went kind of well. Well enough that the management company signed me to a temporary deal to represent me. And things were looking good. And so we had a plan. I'd make 4 new songs, we'd pitch it to some labels that had already shown interest in me, get signed, and get this music thing off the ground. Depending on where you would end up bringing it instrumentally, but it could be like a slow rising bridge, which is kind of like a
So we put Act 3 on pause because the rationale was just, I really want to make music for a living. I want to do this full time. I felt like I needed to concentrate all my energy and focus on creating these 4 songs so that they were the best possible for the team to pitch. But after a few months of just decided to dissolve the contract between me and the management company, and I just remember the moment that we finished the phone call thinking like, okay, I quit. I feel like I did everything that I could have possibly done. Obviously, I was super disappointed because I loved the team that I was working with, and I felt like there was a lot that could be done. And on a human level, like, they're amazing people. It just felt depleting because at the end of the day, I kind of built my whole entire year around this idea of, okay, you're gonna get signed. And it was a really hard decision to come to. The last 6 months were pointless. You know, waiting for people to bite, and they didn't.
And of all places, almost a year later, I ended up right back in Toronto because of a trip I organized with some friends. So, have you ever felt stuck? Like so stuck, you felt like quitting because no matter how hard you tried to change the situation you're in, nothing seemed to make things better? And I guess that's how I've been feeling lately. Both mentally and literally. I didn't see what more I can do to prove I deserved a shot. So I spent the weekend not coming up with strategies of what to do. I didn't plot my next move. I kind of just resigned myself to the fact that maybe music wasn't a viable option for me.
And so there I was in Toronto, contemplating a future without making music. And it was really weird because I felt like that moment that I let go, I kind of realized that the reason why I was making music in the first place wasn't even to get signed. It wasn't to find the manager for the course of the weekend. I was like, man, I don't think I'm ready to stop making music. I don't think I want to stop making music. In these moments of quitting, like, I just remember all the messages that I've gotten, hundreds, if not like more than 1,000 messages for sure, of people just being like, hey, I heard this song, it meant a lot to me, thank you, like I needed to hear this, described perfectly the relationship I was in, this gave me closure. There was all these people that were kind of rooting for me, and I was about to quit because I put my focus and attention on what would otherwise be a minority of people that don't see what I see and what I've seen. I decided, okay, I'm going to release Act 3. financial situation probably not the best. And you know what? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I owed it to myself, and I owed it to the community of people, and felt like a contradiction, because I remember at the beginning of the year I had posted on Instagram saying, like, last year I did this for me, this year I'm doing it for us. Felt like I was betraying that promise that I made, because now all of a sudden I wasn't doing it for us anymore. And so the trip took a turn.
We were watching The Office, like we went to the place where Jim and Pam got married. I had never heard of it before, but it was on The Office. We had this idea to tie them all together, so... Titanic on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Titanic. When someone dies in Titanic.
Vessel, please watch your step and hold.
Oh! Yes, I'm eating my neck!
So, I'm not ready to give an Act 3 release date just yet, but I'm close. I'm close. The music is almost finished. So, thank you to every person that watches this. I don't know, it's probably like a couple hundred and maybe even less. But I just want to say thank you for being part of this journey and for caring. Like, what a blessing, what a privilege it is that people care and have invested themselves in this crazy life of mine. Bye.